Hello everybody, Lord Almighty here. Today is Saturday, May 12th, 2018, and I am here at the Raritan River in Somerset County, New Jersey. Since before the opening day of trout season, and up through today and in through the end of the month, the State Fish and Wildlife Department has stuffed this river with rainbow trout. I don't know exactly how many trout they allocate to this river, but it's in the thousands. So there are absolutely a ton of rainbow trout in this river right now. And I really don't care. I am here after smallmouth bass, because in my mind, smallmouth bass fight harder, pound for pound, than any stock trout ever raised. And because we have pretty gray skies today and water temps are in the high 50s, I'm going to do something I really haven't had a chance to do yet this year. I'm going to be throwing top water, and I'm going to be starting with this Head and Zara Puppy, which is the smaller version of the Zara Spook, and I'm going to be pitching it into some deep water around laydowns like this. Oh, look at that, fish jumped right over there. That's a good sign. So hopefully these fish will also be jumping all over this topwater lure. I'm seeing some mist on the water right now, which usually means that the water is warmer than the air. And I actually just stuck my hand in the water, and yeah, it's definitely warmer. Maybe not by much. Jesus. There are carp jumping everywhere. I spooked some out of the shallows when I was walking to this spot. Looks like they're starting to pair off and do their nasty business. Oh, no love on the spook so far. I'm trying to change up my retrieve, figure out exactly what the fish might want. You know, do they want long pauses? Do they want short pauses? Do they want quick hops? Or do they want long side-to-side sweeps? There's a bunch of different ways to fish this bait, and that's what makes it great. But it also means it could take a while for you to dial into exactly how the fish want it put in front of them. Oh, there's one. Feels pretty small. Smallmouth. He is a small one. Look at that. Didn't even hook him in the mouth. Got him on the gills. Alright, well, not big, but first fish of the day. Alright guys, well, I fished this whole stretch. Just one dink smallmouth to show for it on the top water. But this stretch usually holds some decent fish, so I'm going to go back up to the top and fish through it again. Not sure exactly what I'm going to switch off to. Hopefully by the time I make it there, I'll have made up my mind. So I'll see you in a couple of seconds. Oh wow, look at that. Those are all little tadpoles there. Wow, there must be thousands of them. Look at that. Look at that. Wow, that's cool. Well, gonna be plenty of frogs in the river this year. Alright guys, well, I have decided on my lure choice, and it is going to be the tube jig. I figure they weren't responding very well to the aggressive topwater baitfish imitation. They might respond to this slow, bottom-bouncing crayfish imitation. So going totally the opposite way here, hoping for a good bite. that was a bump for sure. God, there was so much slack in the line, I couldn't get a hook set on. That was disappointing. Ah, nuts. That log is still out there. Great. Well, if you're not breaking off a tube here and there, you're not fishing them right. Alright guys, so I worked through that whole stretch again with the tube jig, and I got one pretty solid bite. But under these essentially perfect fishing conditions, it's really not enough to get me excited. So, what do we know so far? We know the fish aren't biting on top, we know they're not biting on the bottom. So it looks like for the rest of the day I'm going to be focusing on the middle of the water column. And I think I know just how I want to handle that. Alright guys, so I made a move downriver, maybe about a half a mile or so. And I switched to a lighter rod and reel, and I'm going to start pitching around this 1/16 ounce jig with a 3-inch Kitech and a chatterbait blade on the front of it. Hopefully it's got a little bit of motion, a little bit of finesse, and is a nice medium between the two tactics that I struck out on earlier. Oh, there's a fish. Oh, jumper. Ah, look at this. One of those stalker rainbows I was trying to avoid. Oh, easy, easy, easy. Don't have a net, so you're going to have to let me grab you. Alright, there we go. On the chatterbait. Well, you know what? Maybe I don't give these things enough credit, because that thing fought pretty spiritedly. And back he goes. Oh, there's one. Ah, it's another rainbow. He swiped at it and I hooked him in the fin. Look at that. Stay still so I can get that hook out of you. Jeez. Stay still. Alright. Hook is out. Fish is back in the water. Everybody's happy. I'm actually getting several hits right out here. I'm wondering if any of those hits might be from smallmouth or if I just ran into a big school of those stocked rainbows. I'll give it a few more tries. If I don't hook up with a smallie, I'll probably move on. Okay, so absolutely no smallmouths on that chatter swim bait. So I decided to kiss it, as in keep it simple, stupid. Here's a curly tail grub on an 1/8 ounce jig head. This will catch something. I hope it catches something. Is that a fish? No, it's a snag of some kind. Yeah, it's a stick. Big stick, though. Biggest thing I've hooked all day. Whoops. Oh, it's got line wrapped around it, too. Wow, somebody was going for some serious fish if they were using like 50-pound braid. And now my rod tip is all messed up in here too. It has joined the kerfuffle. Alright, you know what? I'm gonna have to cut this. Let that work itself out. Rejoin the two levers. And just tie this jig back on. Alright, well, if the smallmouths are anywhere, they are certainly not here. So I'm going to make a move to another spot and see if I can't find them. So sit tight and I will see you in a couple of seconds. Okay guys, here we are at the next spot. When you guys see this waterfall in one of my videos, you know that it's time to stop playing around and start catching some fish. I'm going to be throwing around the tube jig to start because it's what I've got tied on, and we will just take it from there. Hopefully there's a smallmouth or two in here. Okay everybody, nothing on the tube. Switched over to a Kitech Fat Swing Impact on a 1/16 ounce jig head. And that's all I got for you. I'm just throwing the tackle box at him at this point. God, carp jumping everywhere. It's a shame carp don't bite lures more often. Wouldn't mind tying into one of those about now with the slow day I've had. Alright guys, so for whatever reason, I am just getting snag after snag at this spot, and the only fish I'm seeing are carp. So I think it's time for me to move on. I'm going to hit up another spot, and I'll see you in a couple of seconds. Alright guys, so here I am at this spot. This spot is kind of feast or famine. I'm hoping today it's feast. I'm not looking specifically for a smallmouth at this point, even though there are smallmouths in this spot. I'm just looking for some kind of quality bite to finish off the day, whether it be you know, a walleye, striper, whatever. Like whatever's swimming around in here of decent size, I'm gonna give it a shot. There's a fish. Oh, he came off. I saw a brown fish. That looked like a smallmouth. Damn it. Kitech Easy Shiner. Getting me action, but not getting me very good hookups right now. Well guys, this place once again refused to play nice with me. And the Raritan River in general today just gave me a good hard spanking. It's amazing that with how many years I fished this river and how well I know certain parts of it, I can still have days like this where I just struggle from start to finish. But you got to take days like that every now and then. You got to wear it because you got to put in your time before the good stuff happens. So hopefully next time the good stuff will happen. So thank you all so much for joining me today, and I will see you on the next adventure.